Hello friend, welcome back to my new lecture on database connectivity. Basically, database connectivity is a very important part of the Java programming. As we know, database connectivity in JSP, in Servlet, PHP, ASP.NET. So same way in Java, we also do the database connectivity. Basically, we connect our core Java program with database of Oracle, SQL or MS Access. So in this lecture, I am focusing towards connectivity for the Oracle database. So first of all, we should know what is Java, JDBC, and this basically this JDBC is used for the database connectivity. So JDBC is an API. Java database connectivity is an API that lets you access virtually any tabular data source from the Java programming language. So from Java programming language, we can access any of the data source which is in tabular form, like the data table of the Oracle or table of the MS Access. So JDBC Data Access API, JDBC technology homepage we use here in this case, and we will focus on accessing Oracle database in this lecture. So the other programming is also same. The pattern of the database connectivity of SQL and MS Access is also same. There are some smaller change in each databases. So this is all about the JDBC, and basically for database connectivity we need JDBC driver. So when we connect with Java with database, Oracle database. So we need JDBC driver manager as well as Oracle driver. So we require these two drivers, JDBC driver manager as well as Oracle driver. And then we have Oracle database. So we will connect by these two driver with the Oracle database, and same way we will connect with the Sybase database. So we'll have JDBC driver as well as Sybase driver. So we have common driver, that is JDBC driver. So we call it JDBC for database connectivity. Basically, the known term is the JDBC. And same way for in case of MS Access or DBase. DBase is the previous version of MS Access. So we require ODBC bridge manager as well as ODBC bridge driver in case of the Access and DBase. And directly in case of the Oracle, we require Oracle driver, and same way in SQL also. So these are the diagram of this database connectivity. This is one more diagram where flowchart we can see it. So here we have Java application, and we have JDBC API, JDBC driver manager. You can see here in the previous diagram also we have JDBC driver manager. Here also we have given JDBC driver manager, and then we have JDBC ODBC bridge, and then vendor specific ODBC driver, then database. And this is the common structure of the database connectivity. This is the general architecture of the database connectivity. And there are 5 different steps for the database connectivity. For completing this database connectivity and accessing data from the database table. So basic steps to use the database in Java. First of all, we'll establish the connection. Then second, we require JDBC statement. Then we execute the SQL statement. Then we will get the result, and finally close the connection. So these are the 5 steps. These are the common 5 steps for each database connectivity. So first of all, we require connection. Then we require statement, JDBC statement, and then we require third one is the SQL statement, execution of this SQL statement, and finally get the result. And at the end we will close the connection. So these are the 5 different steps for the database connectivity. Now for establishing, now one by one I am coming on each step and I am explaining each one. We have 5 different steps and I am explaining each steps. So the first step is the establishing the connection. So you can see here, then I will come on the program. So first of all, we will write here import java.sql.star, and then we will load. This is the first statement. This is always we have to write import statement in each program. So here in database connectivity we require java.sql package, and inside this SQL package we have different classes which is helpful for database connectivity. And then class.forName oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver. So by this statement class.forName, and we are loading this driver, Oracle driver. oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver. So we are loading this oracle driver, and we'll use for name function. This is inside the class, and class will be inside the SQL package. So this is class.forName, and inside the double quotes oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver. And this is the first statement. Dynamically load the driver class for Oracle database. And this is another statement that is for connection, establishing the connection. After loading the driver, will write here the connection class, connection con equals to driver manager dot get connection. So you can see the example of mobile. When we have to connect our mobile with the computer, then we will first we will have to load the driver. That driver will connect our mobile with the computer system. As well as, suppose we are connecting our printer with the computer system, then we have to load printer driver. So same way, when we have to connect Oracle with our Java, then we have to load the driver. So this is Oracle driver. This is the first statement by which we can load the driver, and this is the second statement by which we can making the connection. Connection con is the object of the connection. Then we will write here driver manager. Already we have loaded the driver, so we will write here driver manager dot get connection. Driver manager dot get connection. So this is the connection string jdbc colon oracle. In case of SQL, we will write accordingly. Colon thin is a DSN name, colon @ oracle dash prod colon 1521 is the port number, and OPROD same way we'll write here, and username and password we'll mention here. So in case of SQL, we'll also mention username and password. In case of the MS Excel, we will not write here username password, but we will provide here space, only blank value we'll write here. So this is username and password. This is the connection string, and accordingly we have to mention this one. So this is OPROD. This may be our DSN name. So we have to create the DSN on control panel, and this is a very easy step, and you can Google it how to create the DSN. So accordingly we'll write the DSN. And after establishing the connection, obtaining the connection for object, the next step, create JDBC statement. So first of all, we'll create a blank statement. So you can see here statement stmt equals to connection dot create statement. So this connection dot create statement, it will be blank statement because inside the bracket we don't have written anything. So this is blank statement, and we have mentioned here object of the create statement stmt, create a statement object for sending SQL statement to the database. And now see this another statement where we have mentioned the query string create statement. This create student is the query, and create statement is a string variable. So inside this string variable, we have mentioned here this create query, create table student, and plus inside the bracket SSN integer. SSN is a integer type, and it is not null. Maybe it may be a primary key, and name is a varchar 32, and marks is a integer. So we have mentioned here three fields, and it means we have created a table with three fields. And right after that, we have the another statement stmt dot execute update create. We will write here, we will mention here this string create student. So we will mention here this create student over here. So you can see here this is create student. Okay, we will mention here create student. Create student. So execute update, we will write here we will not write here execute query. In case of select, we will write here execute query, and in case of the create statement and insert statement, we will write here create any execute update. So execute update and create student. So this is create student. So you can see here this is create student. I am underlining it This is create student, and this string is also create student. So by this one, this in this create student string, we have written here create query, create table student. This is the Oracle query, and when this will be executed, then this will create a student name table, and it has three fields, and we can verify, and you can verify that this table is created or not. You have to move on Oracle, and you have to see there the table is created or not. And this is the another statement where we have written here insert student, and in this insert student we have mentioned here insert into student table values. We have written here three values. One first value is the SSN, this is integer type, and second one is the name, and third one is the marks. It is 100. So we'll when we'll write the another statement, next statement dot execute update, same statement we'll write here. Same statement will be applied, same function will be applied with this statement also. So we have written here insert student. So this will execute this insert statement, this insert query, and this execute update. So this is the real SQL statement. And in the previous slide we have seen, again I am starting this one. First of all, we will establish the connection by class.forName. We will load the driver, and second one, we will create a connection c1 equals to driver manager dot get connection. This will be connection. And third is the create statement. This is blank. We are creating a blank statement, and statement its object is stmt con dot create statement. And here we'll write the statement. In the previous slide you can see, in this slide you can see, uh, in the previous one you can see here the statement is the object of, this is statement class. I am showing this to you. This stmt is the object of statement class, and it is con dot create statement. So we have created a blank statement. Now you can see this same stmt, you can see here the stmt, as we have created already. Stmt is the same object, stmt dot execute query. So stmt dot execute update, not query, execute update. And this query will be mentioned here. So statement dot execute update create student, this one. So this is the program, and now this is the result set. And finally when we will these are the two statements for the create and insert command, for create and insert command. And now you can see here execute query. So in case of this, so suppose we are writing here select asterisk from student table. So we have mentioned here string query student select asterisk from student. So in the previous slide you can see here create student and insert student. We have been two string variable create student. In this create student object we are mentioning the create table query, and in this insert student variable we are storing insert query of Oracle. And while in this one we have writing here select query, select asterisk from student table, and select asterisk from student. And now we are writing here execute query. So we will write here statement stmt dot execute query. You can see here dot execute query, and query student, this will be here. We'll write here this query. I am mentioning this one by the red color, and you also see here query student also be in red color. So you can see here, so this query is used here. So in this place we can directly write select asterisk execute query select asterisk from student. So we are executing this query, and when we will execute this query, then it will result, it will return back all the result in rs variable. Rs is the object of the result set. So this is statement, and statement is already mentioned here. Statement is the object of statement class. So here we have statement variable. So this is a statement variable, statement dot, same connection. We have mentioned here, statement is the object of statement class. So same stmt is used for creating this statement. Stmt is used for creating student, creating table, and the same is stmt object is used for insert query, means inserting data on this on already created student table, and the same stmt is used for executing the query, and the query is select asterisk from student table. Now, after completing all these steps, we have created the table and we have inserted data on this table, and then we have fetched the data from this table, student table. And after that, when we have all the data in rs, so rs we have to define here one more class, that is result set class. Basically, when we will execute this query, so it will return all the data, and this all data is in the form of tabular, and the data will be in the form of two-dimensional array or tabular form. So we require a vector type variable, that is result set. So result set will hold all the tabular data, all the data of this student table. So say the whole table will be transferred to the rs, and one by one we are writing the while loop, and by using the while loop, one by one we will collect the data and will print the data on our screen. So we are writing here while loop. In this loop, while rs.next, we are using the function next function. So this next function is the function of rs.next, because we are writing here rs.next. So it is a function of result set class. So otherwise we cannot use, will not able to use this next function. So this will return one row at a time. So the first row will return, then second row, then third row, then fourth row. So suppose in this table we have been four element, and you will execute four times. Suppose in this table we have student table, we have only one record, then it will execute one time. Rs.next will return true only one time. So we have mentioned here while rs.next. So suppose it has only one record, then first time it will return true value, and while true, then we will come inside the loop, and then we have rs dot get integer. So we'll get the value of ssn. So the first field is ssn field. The first field is the ssn, that is integer field. Second is the name, that is character varchar, and third one is also integer. So we have mentioned here rs dot get integer ssn, rs dot get string, because second one is the varchar type. So rs dot get string, we'll write here get string for the for second field. And in third field is also integer type, so that's why we have written here rs dot get integer marks, rs dot get integer ssn, rs dot get string name, and rs dot get integer marks. So we are extracting all these three values, and we are collecting these three values in three different variables. So we have defined ssn, name, and marks, three separate variables in our Java program. And ssn, name, capital ssn, capital name, capital marks are three variables of the Oracle table. So this way we are access all the data, and here we can write one more statement where we can print these three variables. So this way we can print the data. So finally, after doing all the steps, and finally we'll close the statement and we'll close the connection. So these are the different steps, and tomorrow we'll discuss about the complete program based on these steps. So guys, thank you very much. Thank you for listening this lecture, and please do subscribe my lecture, and please don't forget to push bell icon of my channel. Thank you. Thanks again.